Hey guys, if you are a conservative in Tennessee, you have to ask yourself a question just about every day you wake up if you keep up with news sources that actually tell you the truth. You have questions like, why can't we do anything about illegal immigration at the state level, despite having a Republican supermajority? You may ask yourself questions, why are we giving billions of dollars in corporate welfare at taxpayer expense to these millionaires and billionaires who hate conservatism, hate our way of life? Why does that keep happening? Why are our schools in shambles, and why do we have no educational options? Why do we continue to pay our tax money into a system that's broken? Why do we lack transparency in government when it comes to doling out money to specific organizations? Why are we giving tax kickbacks to companies that probably need them the least in corporate welfare while doing absolutely nothing for small business owners? You may also ask yourself, if you have a memory that's longer than a gnat, why do we have to endure everything we endured during COVID that we have now learned was absolutely and utterly false? Why did we have to go through all that? It's because we send people to Nashville who aren't conservative. And the easiest way to get our government back on track here in Tennessee is to support conservative candidates who are running against RINOs. That's why I want to invite you to my personal home on Thursday, that's this coming Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, to support Michele Reneau, someone I know well who's running against Patsy Hazelwood, who has a voting record that is so bad, and I'll put the link to her voting record here below this video, so bad that she received the Tennessee Conservatives RINO of the Year out of every state legislator. All of them. You have to work to get that commendation. That's not something you accidentally stumble upon. And so Michele has been working at the State House long before she ever got any attention, being a citizen lobbyist up there for medical freedom issues, working hand in hand with conservatives like Frank Nicely. Further, I watched Michele stand up to the COVID people long before it was cool, and not in a public way, when our two children went to the same school. And we were struggling to get the kids back to normalcy. And as I was the first person in that organization to speak out, she was the second. And that takes grit, that takes guts. Patsy Hazelwood is bought and paid for by corporate special interests. She will outraise Michele 5-1. But you know what Michele has that Patsy doesn't? A true conservative heart. You know what else Michele doesn't have? The state's worst voting record. And that's why you need to support her. If you look below this video, you're going to see an invitation to my home to support Michele Reneau against Patsy Hazelwood. In my opinion, this is the #1 race in the entire state of Tennessee where we have the best opportunity to replace a big piling steam of RINO you-know-what with one of the most conservative ladies I've ever seen, and she operates that way in public and in private. And I think that you'll be much better served to have her up in the State House than the individual we have right now. So if you want to make a difference, but you don't know how, conservative Christians have got to get off their wallet, and they've got to get off the couch. We can't continue to say somebody should do something and then look at our bank account and notice that we've never donated to one single state-level candidate. That's a problem. So if you want to allay your guilty conscience, make a difference, and ensure that Tennessee remains real red, not purple red, support Michele Reneau in this upcoming race. I'd love to see you at my home. I'd love to meet you in person. And you can go right below here, and you can also go to Elect Michele with 1 L and make a contribution directly. That's Elect Michele with 1 L. I think that's her website. It's right below here. I think it's Elect Michele. You'll see it in the show notes if I've messed it up. But it's right below here. This video, it'll be in the podcast, wherever else. In closing, when you look at the Tennessee Constitution, it says that the General Assembly shall make no laws abridging the freedom of the press. None whatsoever. And I'm here today exercising my rights under the Tennessee Constitution To give you my personal opinion about who you should vote for, and it ain't Patsy Hazelwood, it's Michele Reneau, and who you should give to. I'm Brandon Lewis of the Tennessee Conservative News, and I hope to see you at my home this Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. If you can't make it, send your donation. You'll get a heartfelt thanks, and that of Michele and all the conservatives across the state that are presently working to unseat these RINOs that have dragged us through the last 3 years of malaise in the state of Tennessee. Appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Take care.